And we're live. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is how we do the podcast. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Good to see everybody. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Just going to welcome everybody first, and together, we're all going to start the podcast. We're all going to start. So we're all going to count down from 3. And by the time we hit 0, or I guess 0 in your head, we're going to get started. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Best of 3, an esports podcast by Organized Gaming, by Made in Esports, right? Is it?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
an esports podcast
What a
made in
slip.
esports. A podcast made in esports. We've got it.
Damn, there it is.
That's the one.
Double the
Welcome to
brand.
Best of 3, a podcast made in esports. I am Mike, and together with Alex Kim, the Krispy Kim donut himself, we are here to do some esports talk. How you doing, Alex?
Doing well. A lot of stuff that's happening, and it's just exciting to see.
A
I
lot of
feel
stuff
like
happening around. What
yeah.
is happening with you?
What is happening with me? Oh
Yeah.
man, we kickstarted the Seagate Gaming Academy, which
Nice.
yeah, which was huge. We had our kickoff stream yesterday. So that was fun. We welcomed all of our students there, all of our academy students, and introduced them to the coaches, the material, sort of how it all works and what they can win. And yeah,
So
off
how
to
so
week
how
two.
does it work? What happens with Seagate Academy?
Well, every week, people tune in and uh, they can tune into either a stream or a video or a session, a workshop, whatever it may be. And these take place Tuesday nights. So
Mm.
everyone sort of comes in, joins Discord, and then they break off into their groups, whichever game they're in. Fortnite, Valorant, Rocket League, and then it sort of goes from there. And then you get some homework assignments. So like, practice your clips or practice your, whatever you learned that week, be it, rotations or building or whatever it may be. And then, submit the clips. We
Mm-hmm.
do have some little factoids in there. So if you pick out those factoids from the lesson, then and answer the question properly, you get more points there, all of this kind of stuff. And yeah, you climb the leaderboard.
There's a leaderboard to it.
There is a leaderboard. So everything you do, all the weekly quests, they're going to help you to learn the game skills, learn the out of game skills, but they'll also earn you points and get you closer to some big prizes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very cool. And I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but my Parabellum apparel, my Parabellum, I'm just on fire with these today. It came in the mail. I'm loving
Ooh,
this.
you
Uh,
like? You like?
Again, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, and if I did, forgive me, but I just need to talk about this again. This logo. Oh, I love the way that it sits here. This thing in the back right here. Oh my
Yes,
goodness. Oh
the
my goodness,
floral.
that design, it kills me. It kills me with pride. I love it so much. I wish that I could go out and like show it off to the world, but I can't because I'm responsible.
Oh yeah, you can show everybody through here,
That's
and you
it.
just did.
Exactly.
There you go.
That is my jam right here.
Yeah.
Parabellum Esports. I'm super into it. Um,
And today was also my excuse to throw on one of these esports jerseys, which I haven't worn in forever because there hasn't really been, a reason to. But yeah, just looking for any excuse.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I mean, with all the stuff that's been going on lately, it feels like stuff might be starting to pick up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Uh, we've got a lot to talk about, so you know what? Let's just jump into the very first thing. In Fortnite, this is kind
Oh,
of gaming, but it ties in very closely with what we're doing here. Fortnite now has a collaboration with Street Fighter going on, where they have brought out 2 new looks. You can play as either Chun Li or Ryu. Um, there's emotes. There's like different kinds of bling. Um, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Like 2 very popular games coming together for a very popular collaboration.
it's the Fortnite formula, right? They
Yeah.
have that formula down. They're like, we're gonna make new skins anyways. We might as well make other people pay for it. It's a great model for money,
Exactly.
for making money. But yeah, it's honestly, I don't know if you've seen any of the skins or the emotes or anything like that, but
Hmm.
they look great. They
They look
look
so good.
they look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can bleep that if we need to. But
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the way it looks. Like the emotes are great. They're very, Street Fighter, Chun-Li, very
Mm.
Ryu. The back bling, so there's this back bling that you get, and it's an arcade cabinet with Street Fighter on it.
Hmm.
And every time you move, the joystick on it moves. If you go forward, it'll go forward, back, side, side, like as you move. So I thought that was really cool. And
What?
every time you get a kill, it flashes something else on the screen, like E Honda or Ryu, something like that.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So it's like it's a really, really cool sort of backpack that you can get there, which I just thought was amazing. A lot of detail went into that.
That's really cool. And I mean, I'm looking through their I guess press release that they made about it. Um, they have Ryu identified as the master of the Dragon Punch, aka Shoryuken, and I'm like,
Right.
wait a second. I mean, that's a kind of a weird way to do it justice. I think I don't actually know if Ryu's named the master of the Dragon Punch. I thought his whole thing was that he could control the Hado and he can do the Hadoken, and that
Yes.
Ken was all about the
Ken.
Shoryuken.
There you go.
But I
You're
mean,
you're absolutely right. Like I see Ryu as more Hadoken and
yeah,
Ken as more Shoryuken. Well, I think he says something else actually. Does he say the same? I'm not quite certain.
he
Uh,
does say the same. He does say he
okay.
still calls it the Shoryuken for sure.
Okay. Okay.
And then Chung Li's there, and they have guns for some reason.
Exactly. And this is my beef with it. It
Oh
looks great if you're just, looking at it from like a cosmetic perspective, but if you're playing the game and you're a Street Fighter fan, it just feels really weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chun-Li with some guns, Ryu with some guns.
Ryu firing a missile launcher, standing on top of the missile and riding like how are you gonna do that? You know who did the Street Fighter collab well enough anyway in terms of game feel is Smash.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And they even have a whole new, set of controls for
they
them to
remade a
make it
set of
more.
controls for it.
Exactly, to make it more fighting gamey,
Yes.
and that is how you do a proper collab.
I
I
mean,
think.
this is nice in the way that like it was nice when they brought in Marvel.
Mhm.
Because Marvel didn't have its own set of controls outside of like the pocket games that it's made. Its main thing that people know it for is the movies, but the main thing that people know Street Fighter for is the games. They don't really know it very much from the movies, although there are movies. Some of them not so great. Um, but I mean, when you're referencing a game like that, you kind of need to pay it a little bit more close attention. Give it
Yeah,
give it like a good collaborative treatment. You know.
definitely. And just I took a look back, because I was looking at the sort of collab. I took a look back and I looked at all of the Marvel stuff they did, the Star Wars stuff, and overall, like, that stuff felt very good. It felt very true
Right.
to Fortnite, and it also felt very true to Star Wars or Disney, or Marvel.
Hmm.
Um, but with this one, I feel like they just missed the mark a bit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, on that note, that reminds me. There's a new competitive Star Wars game coming out for Nintendo Switch. That was just
Oh,
announced
okay.
last week during their direct. They were talking about Star Wars Hunters is the name of it. You heard of
Interesting.
that yet?
I have not.
They haven't really shown anything about it yet, but they
It's a
are
shooter or.
talking about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Their teaser
Oh,
trailer
okay.
was literally just a walk through like an armory with a bunch of holograms of Star Wars characters, and it's like, oh, that's it. Okay, cool.
Definitely not gameplay. So
Yeah, But I mean,
Interesting.
hey, when it comes out, we'll see if that's actually competitive or not. The fact that it's coming out on Nintendo Switch first is a little scary because it's like I
Right.
don't know if
Why?
Nintendo's like the Switch doesn't really have a very good history of being competitive. I mean, sure they're bringing Apex Legends on, but I feel like that's just going to provide exposure for people to get used to Apex Legends before moving to another console or to PC.
Exactly. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of these collabs coming out that I'm seeing, like huge franchises and, like
Yes.
sort of, yeah, like who have huge IP and they want to get into gaming. So it's really interesting stuff. Have you heard about the Liquid and Naruto collab that happened? So this is an
Yes.
apparel
So
collab.
that's fun. That's fun. Tell me about the Liquid Naruto collab.
Super cool stuff. Like, do you know how well received this was? It was for the 20th anniversary of Naruto, and I
Oh
guess
wow.
they chose Liquid to collab with to drop an apparel line for this, right? And of all the people that they could have partnered up with, they chose an esports team,
Yeah. I mean that's cool. I don't really see the connection past like a lot of the demographic overlaps.
right?
I don't really see the connection between that anime specifically and anything Liquid.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Well,
but
they did. Liquid did previously have a Marvel collab too, so
that's true.
Marvel's collabing with everyone. But I think yeah, it's something that we're seeing a ton of and that we're going to see a lot more of in the future. And I think it's exactly why you said is because of the demographic overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's targeting this, ideal demographic and, gaming has it and everyone wants in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will say that as much as like stocks are a thing right now, and as much as crypto is a thing right now, and as much as like NFT is a thing right now, uh, the fact that this limited edition Naruto X Liquid thing, the fact that that is there, that is going to drive up the aftermarket so much as
Oh
well.
yeah,
Because like
definitely.
everything is sold out right now. Everything has been sold out.
Oh, they had pre-orders, they had everything. It's all gone.
Oh yeah,
So it's one of these hype type drops.
100%.
Yeah.
And so much like yo, not gonna lie, like this stuff is it looks good.
Oh yeah,
It
it
looked
looks amazing.
good. There's this one that has like Naruto on the inside of the jacket, like on the inside of the back, so that like you
Yeah.
like the people around you, they don't know until you take it off and you put it down. They're like, "Yo, wait a second, is that?"
And I think that's that's how you can properly do an apparel collab where
Yes.
it's not too in your face. You know what I mean? You don't like not everybody wants a giant Naruto on their back to walk around with. You just want a little hint to know that this is a collab piece,
Yes.
maybe even just for yourself. But
But
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they still have Naruto
Oh yeah,
Sasuke.png on the back of some of their hoodies. But
definitely.
that's fine because some people wanna rep it like that.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people like that.
I just think it's nice to have a little bit of both and not
I
to go
agree.
overly like not for Naruto not to throw up over everything, you know?
Yes, exactly. You don't want to spew Naruto all over your clothes.
Yeah, so
There's this
really,
one.
really interesting trends, man.
Yo, there's this one with like the Uchiha symbol and the Uzumaki symbol like on the pockets. Yo, I'm a bit of a Naruto boy.
Nice, nice.
It's like all black pants with like just these white outlines. It looks sick.
Okay, I want to know, did you know that Michael B. Jordan, so he was in Black Panther as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
villain. Yes. He had a collab with Coach and
I think I
he
heard about
really
this.
yeah, if you take a look or if anybody wants to take a look, you can look that up. It really knocks off Naruto so hard, but so I don't know how he got away with it, but it's almost like a Michael B. Jordan Naruto coach collab, but it's not officially Naruto.
That's so funny. I'm looking at
That
it right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so like I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, this could be cool." And then I was like, "Oh, it's kind of not. It's not really Naruto."
Except
So I was a little
like
bit
even on
disappointed.
Coach Outlet's store,
Hmm.
they're selling this like bear. Have you seen the bear? It's like
What
a
do you
teddy
mean?
bear. It's like all leather.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Um, it's called a Coach X Michael B. Jordan Naruto collectible bear.
Oh, it is. So
Yeah,
Naruto maybe was involved. I just
maybe.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't see their name officially across anything. So, but there you go.
I'm reading an article that says Michael B. Jordan makes his anime dreams come true with a Naruto inspired Coach collab.
There you go. So I saw Naruto
Truly.
inspiration. I didn't see Naruto collab.
Right.
That's how I feel. Um,
Oh,
yeah, but like
definitely.
these,
Wow.
you're gonna see all kinds of random franchise, not random, but huge franchises just
Mm-hmm.
partner up with random gaming companies, esports companies, apparel companies, and that's like Champion has collabed with everybody under the sun,
Yep.
and I think we're just going to see more and more collaboration going forward
I
and
mean, that's
more
2021.
crossing together.
2020 was the year of destruction. 2021 is the year of collaboration.
Bring it all together.
Exactly. Bring it all back. There's a lot of
Yes.
brands like super died in 2020 and they, everyone's just trying to get by. And I think at this point now everybody's like, we just need to survive. And the only way we're going to be able to survive is by working together.
That's what I've been saying about esports from the beginning.
That's very true.
Nobody can do everything in esports. There's no
Exactly.
company that's going to do that.
Exactly. Hey, I mentioned it briefly. Have you heard about this whole NFT movement? Collectibles?
So, okay, hit me.
Okay. So,
Tell me about it.
starting not necessarily starting with this, but one of the big things being talked about right now is NBA Top Shots, um,
Okay.
which is basically like linking all of their clips onto a blockchain and saying that these clips are unique. They are owned by whoever buys them, and you can just own and trade these clips as if it were currency. And so people are buying these clips for up to most recently $100,000. Yeah. So I mean, the varying value. Obviously, there are some that are not worth as much. There are some that are worth way more. Kind of depends on like who's in the clip and like what the perceived value of that clip would be.
Okay, so what's the difference between this and like copyrighted material?
So I think there's like some uh like in-trust rule between the creator of the content and
Hmm.
the person who's selling it, saying that you pass ownership to me. uh I
But I
sell this as currency and then the people own it.
Oh, so it really they're using it as currency. They're not using the clips. You're talking video clips, correct?
Video clips and art right now, art is going the
Oh,
same
wow.
way, like anything. People are selling anything. This is the
So
eBay of the internet. This is like more internet eBay than eBay is on the internet.
they're not gonna have the art. They're not watching these video clips or using it in a montage or something like that.
No,
It is sitting and it's currency.
correct. It's like trading cards. It's the exact same concept as trading cards.
Okay.
You
That
own the
is
trading card. There are
crazy.
multiple versions of that, but you have a certificate saying that that is yours and you can trade it off to however you want.
And it's this much money,
And
or
it's
it could go down, it
authentic.
could go up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's weird. It's a like you really have to wrap your mind around it. It's like owning like a square of land in Scotland. You can do that. You can go onto the internet and buy yourself a foot of land in some other area that turns you into a lord because you own land
Right.
in it. Like it's strange.
Okay, okay. That's yeah, but I don't know if I how does it hold value?
How does a $20 bill hold value?
Because the
That's the question
government
I ask.
says it's worth
And
$20.
the whole thing about blockchain is the people say that it's worth X amount of dollars.
Yes, but with cryptocurrency, I mean, I guess it's sort of digital anyways. You
Yeah.
just sort of put a face on it, and it's now this clip. So that, you know what? You're right. It's not too different from crypto. It's almost exactly the same.
Yeah. It definitely weird though. Like I'm very much with you, and like I don't understand it, but this is something that's happening. I also don't understand or appreciate particularly the Pokemon card movement that's blowing up. I think it's very, very bad for Pokemon. Some may say, no, 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 it puts money into their pockets for them to do more. Pokemon was fine. Pokemon's the
Oh
largest
yeah.
IP in the world. This is not like, we can't push that on Pokemon saying, we're giving them money. We're the good guys here. Like, no, it's ruining the sport.
I agree. And it's money always ruins everything.
Yes.
Yeah, what's like everybody with money, screw you guys.
Get out of
It's
here,
not
people with money. Leave the
I don't
world
have
to us
money, so
broke
it's okay.
people. All right. And with that,
Uh,
I think, let's go and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about overactive media. We're going to be talking about Shopify on this esports podcast. So that's a fun time. All that and
hi.
more when we come back from the break in just a second. Good. All right. Made it through the first half, Alex. How you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good. Honestly, I don't
Uh-oh.
know how I feel about that. I'm just really thinking about the video clips and whatever as currency.
I
So
don't get it. Like you can buy blind packs right now. You can buy like how you go to like a Walmart and you can see like a pack of Pokemon cards like completely unnamed and they're like, oh, you just get 3 random Pokemon cards. You don't know what's in
right,
that.
right.
They do that on like Top Shots on other NFT sites. Um, you can just do it. You just buy like random clips, random art, and it's worth varying amounts.
Yeah. I mean, art has always been sort of a hold for value, from way back.
Yes.
So, um, and also a huge, huge space for. Well, I guess that's
That's true.
where a lot of what's the opposite of proponents?
Pro-
People
uh,
against.
Deterrence.
Uh,
Is that
the, I don't think that's exactly right,
people? Not
but
not people who push things forward, but things that pull it
yeah.
back.
So
Yeah,
the people who are against
just a big
crypto too,
parachute on the back.
obviously, there's the issues um, of like scams or these types of more shady things happening, and because
Yes.
it's decentralized and like kind of unregulated, that it's easier for these things to happen. But it kind of sucks for the people who are doing it in a legit way, and it paints a bad picture across all of that. It
Yeah.
just it's unfortunate because it's definitely a useful real tool that can be used. It can be a real currency.
Oh, for real.
And yeah, just I think it needs to fully legitimize itself in the eyes of the public. Yeah.
Absolutely. There is a yeah. So I found the $100,000 thing in question. So there are LeBron James clips being traded for a hundred
Can
thousand
so
dollars.
can we watch these clips, or are they like unwatchable to anybody except the person who owns it?
God, that's such a good question, Alex. And I
That's
wish I
like,
had
does
the
it
answer.
devalue it if we can watch it also? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like, if I watch this $100,000 clip, do I feel richer?
Do I
Can
take
I
some
just
money
do it?
from them and put it in my pocket?
If I torrent, is that money laundering? I need to know. Yeah,
Weird, weird stuff.
LeBron James Cosmic Dunk price is 208K.
Wow. So it actually went up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you can get a base set from NBA Top Shots for $9. I need to like educate myself on this. Next week I'm gonna be like an NFT like big like
I think I need to educate
mogul.
myself on crypto a little bit more because I like the general public have kind of avoided it due to sort of the perceived illegitimacy of it.
Right.
But like so many people are making so much money off of it.
I feel so behind. I'm lucky in that I don't personally know anybody who's become a Bitcoin millionaire.
Uh,
But oh my gosh, like I have friends of friends who have
right.
made all their money off of crypto and made all their money off of like all of these not illegitimate but different ways of making money.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Actually, I was talking to speaking to somebody who told me that their friend got out of Bitcoin at like $100 something.
No. Oh no,
Oh,
no.
so it's some really sad stuff.
I mean, although at the time that person must have felt real good selling it for
Oh yeah,
$100.
they're
Probably
like, oh,
bought in like
this is
20.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I got money. I got money out of this. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Not
and then it
bad.
goes up to 40, 50, $60,000, and then
$50,000. Oh no. I don't know how I'd be able to smile again.
you'd yeah,
I would be
I
so full of regret.
that would be the funny story of your life that you
Yeah.
could tell forever, and everyone will laugh every
I
time.
gotta, yeah. Really, the only thing you need to say is I got out of Bitcoin at 100, and then everybody pities you immediately.
Uh,
Oh
in
man, if
related news, I guess GME is going up,
oh,
so there's that.
I noticed. GME and AMC are both up.
We're halfway to the moon.
We're
Let's,
halfway to the moon, and I
yeah.
wish that I continue to wish that I bought into GME, but that's life. It's kind of topping out now. I shouldn't look at
Well,
this.
if
I'm gonna
COVID
look at
taught
this
me
all night.
anything, there's always a second wave.
There's no, no, no. Oh no. That's great
Good thing
though.
we're cutting that out.
Yep.
All right, let's get back to the
That's a
podcast.
secret between you, me, and YouTube. So, all right, here we go. Um, and we're back. Welcome to Best of Three. Welcome back to Best of Three. If you stepped away, welcome back. Did you get anything? Did you get me anything? Oh, it'd be nice. It'd be really cool.
A little peckish myself.
You know,
Yeah.
I've barely eaten all day. I like wolfed down a slice of pizza. Alex saw me like inhale like a vacuum cleaner right before I just insert coin.
Oh
Esports.
man, the esports, yeah.
That's going to be
Canadian
my
esports in
transition.
particular.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Overactive Media, OAM, building a 7,000 to 10,000 seat esports arena at Exhibition Place in Toronto, next to BMO Field.
And
That's
yeah,
that's
that's
huge.
that's absolutely massive. Have you seen the renders of this place?
I have no.
It's a UFO. It's a spaceship.
Oh,
It's super
okay.
futuristic, really cool looking. It is a render though. I don't know if it will really look like that.
Oh, it looks like a whale.
Yeah. So maybe drawing some inspiration off the PS5 a little bit.
It looks
I'm sure
sick
there's a meme
though.
like that somewhere.
That's going to be pretty awesome. So, where did they find this land?
Um, yeah, so I think they struck a deal with what the owners of Hotel X Toronto,
Okay,
which is right around there. Maybe they own the property, but they're also working with the Canadian government.
I see.
So what's really cool, I think, is they hired Bob Hunter, who is the former MLSC vice president. So that's
Oh, okay, sick.
yeah, Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment. They own the Raptors, they own the Toronto Maple Leafs, and yeah, so like huge name that they sort of brought on there to work with the government to make this venue a reality.
Gee.
Um, yeah,
Even more
and
collaboration. Look at that.
yeah, like
Look
this
at
is it's
that.
going to take a lot for this to happen, I think, and I
Mhm.
think if the government sort of doesn't get involved or doesn't sort of support it, it may be really difficult to pull off. So I'm glad that they got the Canadian government talking, and sort of open to this idea, right? But again,
Definitely.
it is plans for 2025. So there's 4 years for a lot to change.
Yeah.
Um, I don't imagine that it'll get scrapped, but it could be slightly different than what we envision now. Maybe it'll be a little bit smaller. Maybe it won't look like a spaceship.
I really do hope that it looks like a spaceship, not gonna lie. I think that's great. That's going to be so awesome. Like that's major for Hotel X Toronto. That's huge for Exhibition Place. Um,
Yeah,
like all of those. That's the one thing that I think Exhibition Place is missing for anybody who's been there. Anybody who's a Toronto native or has visited. It's basically a place where they show off exhibitions.
yeah.
It's just what you do there. It's
So
exhibitions.
the Canadian National Exhibition is there, but there's
Yeah.
also BMO Field is where the Toronto MLS team plays.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think
So they
it'd
have
be
stuff for a lot of demographics is the point of that place. Like it's a paradise for anybody who likes fun. And I feel like they were kind of missing that for the gamers or for like
definitely.
people into any kind of esports. It's like you're not going to go
We
out
we
there.
saw
Fun.
some teases of that, with the gaming garage at
Oh,
CNE, so the Canadian
yeah.
National Exhibit, and yeah, they opened up a huge area for tournaments and games in general, and a lot of gaming related booths and all of these. And it was awesome right in the middle of an exhibition where you can go on some rides, you can, throw some balls at some jars and win some
Yeah.
prizes and get some carnival food, and enter a tournament. Hey,
That could be pretty huge for uh Toronto esports for the next 5 years, though. Even just like the fact that they're building that up is wonderful. The fact that the government is involved means
hmm
that they're going to want to drive up some kind of awareness for
oh yeah.
esports. They want to get people out there, so that might come in the form of subsidizing programs in colleges. That could come in the form of um, more assistance in conventions and the kind of stuff that people are already going to.
Yeah, or tax incentives could help a
Yeah.
lot as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's sorely needed because you look at a field like BMO Field and it's like 17,000 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And as great as it would be to have an esports tournament at BMO Field with 17,000 people, I don't know if it will be filled.
Hmm.
And there's sort of a need for this small-ish type of arena. I know the Toronto Defiant had partnered up with Roy Thompson Hall, prior to the pandemic, and like they're looking for that sort of in between size that that's not really around right now. You're
Yeah.
going to an orchestra venue and you're trying to set up gaming tournaments, and that doesn't really work either. So
You need to set up a dedicated location for your people to go to. Yeah. I mean,
I
even a lot of like internet cafes, back when we used to host out of internet
oh
cafes.
yeah, yeah.
It was great for the people who frequented internet cafes, but for those who, it wasn't really their scene normally, you didn't really see too many of those people coming out.
The viewer sort of spectator experience was terrible.
Yeah.
There's not like a lot of good stuff to eat. There's like some snacks and stuff, maybe, or whatever. There's definitely no alcohol, and there's nowhere to really watch except over the shoulders of gamers.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And yeah, so you get these larger and larger venues, sort of internet cafes that tried to incorporate a stage and wanted to facilitate some of this land play, but they're just not big enough.
No.
It's not going to deliver that spectator experience. At the end of the day, it's still an internet cafe. So this is a specialized type of venue that I think esports definitely needs.
Yeah. This feels like the best way to go about it. Um,
Mm.
if you're going to really go hard into esports, you need to make your own venue, because venues are used. Like, I haven't followed up on what happened with is it called the Game Station? Is that Walmart's thing?
Oh, so that was the Esports Arena.
Esports Arena, yeah.
So Esports Arena partnered up with a bunch of Walmarts to put sort of uh, internet cafes into Walmarts where
Mm-hmm.
people can come in and play games and spend some time there, your local tournaments and LAN events and stuff like that. But again, not the same type of destination venue that
Yeah.
this would be. So yeah,
Yeah, no,
that
that's a good addition, especially at the at Exhibition Place. Like that's the place that people go to go and have fun. So do it. Gather up your
looking
friends, head
forward to
on
that.
down to Exhibition Place, get yourself a deep fried Mars bar, and go. I think that's where you do that, right?
You can get deep fried Mars bars for sure, but it's only in the summer,
Oh,
unfortunately.
whatever,
Yeah, so there's
whatever.
other stuff around there.
Exactly.
Um, Concerts and stuff happening all the time. I think
What was
all
the
of that
last thing that we
entertainment.
did at the Exhibition Place? We did something
Uh,
there. Was
the
that?
gaming garage?
Oh man, it wasn't Gaming Garage.
Oh,
We
w-
were outside the place. Am I thinking of Gommel? It can't be.
you are thinking of Gommel, and it wasn't. Yeah, that was at the Intercare
That
Center,
was at the Enercare Center.
which is on the grounds. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's on those grounds though.
That's on those grounds, though. It is there.
Okay. 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 Good. So at least my mind is somewhere in the right vicinity. Good.
Yeah,
I
so
like
they
that.
do have sort of the Enercare Center is used for a lot of conferences or a lot of I want to say like yeah, like conventions
Small
really.
conventions. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were used a lot for esports tournaments,
Hmm.
but again, not exactly what you want for an arena type experience.
But that
Um,
being on the grounds now opens up the idea of like having a convention side by side with an actual tournament,
yes,
and
yes,
that is
yes.
sick.
That's exactly what I'd love to see.
Yes, like let's have an international weekend where lodging, you can go ahead and get that at Hotel X Toronto. You spend your like Saturday morning at the Dota slash Valve convention or whatever over at the Enercare Center, and then in the afternoon you go over to the arena, the OAM arena,
Hmm.
um, and you go and watch the games.
You know
Oh,
what I
it's so
love about
easy.
Hotel X Toronto too,
Oh,
is that they have dabbled in gaming before because they had a Mario themed room,
what?
so you could book this room entirely Mario themed and everything. So I believe this was for sort of a limited time event or something of that nature, but they are definitely sort of around gaming and testing the waters of this sort of gaming you know gaming industry, right? And I love that. I love that they're willing to do that to embrace gamers like that, you
The
know?
Nintendo Switch Suite? That's
Uh s-
amazing.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Huge, right? I wish I stayed there.
Oh, and it looks so good. There's like a tower of Goombas and like a pool table with like Mario themed pool balls or something. A giant Switch for a TV.
And I know our good friends I think Camille was able to yeah, go there and sort of check it out for the press, right? And like I was super jealous. I saw that on her social media and I was like, "Man,
Wow.
yeah."
Take me with you with those big Yoshi egg seats, those big hollowed out Yoshi egg seats. Oh, dude, that's so sick. Wow.
All right, let's keep this moving
Yeah.
more in Canadian esports.
Yep.
So,
Yup.
Shopify, why is Shopify on here and you work with Shopify?
Correct.
Tell me what you know. Tell me all your information.
I know as much as you do, I will say. Um, over the past weekend, Shopify announced that they will be starting their own esports team, esports group, esports org, named Shopify Rebellion. Very, very much in line with the idea of arm the rebels that Shopify goes with. Very much like against the like big box Amazon stores, shipping out stuff. This is all about commerce. This is all about people taking their business into their own hands and being seen as rebels as such.
Same energy. Okay.
Same energy, exactly. In Shopify fashion, they have started with Starcraft II.
Starcraft
2
is
the
back.
very first game that they're bringing in their roster. They have signed, I believe three people,
Yeah.
Hyunwoo, Scarlet, and Lambo as their first 3 StarCraft 2 players, which is so sick.
Huge names,
So
like
sick.
massive names.
Big names in StarCraft.
They're like literally, some of the top players that you're going to see in StarCraft and have been for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's super interesting that they decided to go into StarCraft first.
Yeah.
That's where they're
Well,
going.
I mean, the CEO, Toby Luca, he is very, very big into StarCraft. He occasionally streams himself playing StarCraft 2. Has been a StarCraft fan for a long time. So, I mean, it's kind of on brand to go with StarCraft 2, but also it's like it's a good, I personally think it's a good entryway into competitive gaming right now anyway. Because like you could go big and be like, we're signing an Apex team, we're signing a Rocket League team, we're signing this team, that team. But like, then you're just kind of one of everybody else.
Right.
Shopify is trying to be different, be unique in what it does. And so it's going with the game that they know that they like and they know is something that they can succeed in. I have no doubt, and again, no information as well, that I have no doubt that they'll eventually go into other games because
Of course,
you can't
testing
be an
the waters
esports org
first.
with just one.
Yeah, definitely.
Think of this, if I'm going to make any kind of comparison, I would think of it like a Panda Global, where it kind of started out as relatively unknown, but had a few like big names to it, and then eventually grew into an actual organization.
Now Panda Global pretty much owns Smash.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Smash Melee at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, they own the leaderboards. They own
They kind of snuck in there. Yeah.
and got all the players. And yeah, I think what's really cool here is that they brought on TLO. I'm not sure how to
TLO.
actually
Yeah.
pronounce it,
TLO.
TLO, but Dario, who I've met a couple times, super nice guy. And they brought him on as Shopify's esports program manager. And he's a StarCraft 2 player. So, hey, where are we going? StarCraft 2, right?
Exactly. It makes perfect sense. It is the right move.
But I fully believe in his sort of ability to dive into esports. He can definitely, he knows more than StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that they will be able to branch out if they are happy with how they're doing in sort of esports here.
For real.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alex, this time we're going to end off with some tips and tricks, but it's not going to be from me. This time, I hear you have some tips and tricks for us.
Well, okay. So, welcome to my TED Talk. No, it's what I've been doing is I've been wanting to upgrade sort of my video quality here a bit.
Sure.
And I have a Logitech C920, as many people probably out there have. I also have DSLR cameras, and I've been thinking about like how do I get a good webcam streaming setup for this podcast or whatever else I do, right?
Right.
It's tough. And in webcams, you have like the C920 at what, like $120 range. And
It's
I was
about
like,
that.
oh, maybe if I max out and get the best webcam possible, it'll be similar to a low-end DSLR.
Yeah.
This
Okay. I can see
that,
I can see the
that was
logic.
my logic. I looked into it, and that is not the case.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely not the case. The most sort of high-end webcams that I found was the Logitech Brio,
Yeah.
or the newly released Razer Kio Pro. So these are like almost $300 webcams, like
Mm-hmm.
$250 to $300 webcams. And yeah, I looked at it and I was like, oh, these are great. They have 1080p, they have 60 frames per second, which is exactly the kind of video bump I was looking for. The Logitech C920 only goes to 30 frames. So, not the best there, but I was looking at some comparison videos and realized that you're just not going to get the same kind of quality. With the 60 frames, you will get very fluid, smooth motion, which is great. And, definitely something that's probably appreciated by the viewers out there.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get sort of that bump in quality, sort of in color and the depth of field. So you're not going to get that blurred sort of background that makes it look really, really pro, unless you're going with a mirrorless camera, a DSLR.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
And I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, it's easy to make a shot look good, whether you're using a DSLR or a webcam. Most of that is surrounding the webcam. So not the webcam itself, but more the lighting that you're using, more the environment that you're in, that there isn't too much glare coming off of one thing, that there isn't too much, natural, inconsistent light. Natural light is fine, but when it goes away, are you still fine? um they have not been able to perfect webcam software yet to make it compare to a DSLR.
so yeah, like
Yeah,
I mean, I'm torn in a couple ways, because I'm looking for something that's quick and easy to use,
sure.
and I also don't have a ton of space here. So it's tough to fit in a full DSLR even if I wanted to. But
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
but I do have DSLRs, and Canon, and I believe it was Panasonic.
Panasonic, yeah.
Yeah, Canon and Panasonic have released software that will enable you to use your DSLR cameras as webcams. This is absolutely huge.
Like without use of a cam link kind of thing.
Without use of a separate capture card, without use of, before you had to download, third party software, or use an extra device, capture card that could cost as much as the camera itself,
Sure.
um, which is really tough. So all of this is in beta, and I was sort of testing the software and things like that. But on some of the DSLRs that I have, they work to varying degrees.
Oh, okay.
So even though the software works, pretty smooth and well on some of the newer DSLRs that have come out. I have also an older 5D Mark III, which is an excellent camera still, but it is older, and it's just really finicky and kind of a little bit glitchy.
Mm.
So for people who are sort of looking to that software and being like, this is our saving grace, maybe not.
Interesting.
Yes.
What I'll say about that is the software that's being put out. I'm not 100% on it because I haven't downloaded it. I haven't tried it myself, but I can imagine that if you're going to put out software for it, it's something that's going to live on the camera. It's something that's going to be living between your camera and your computer. The problem with that is that if it's drawing from the camera itself, if it's like telling the camera you are going to be sending data to your computer, that can pull from the camera's internal computer, which can make it overheat. There are some Camlink cameras, or cameras compatible with Camlink, that have had a tendency to overheat because they take too many resources from it. So for Canon to
Definitely.
just be like, hey, we're making our cameras compatible, doesn't always mean that they're going to work.
Especially because they weren't designed for it, and the software is to bridge that gap, but that doesn't
Correct.
mean it's gonna be 100% across all their cameras.
Hmm.
You can do it at your own risk,
I
right?
think the long and short of it is always do your research. Personally, I have been using a Rebel SL2, a Canon EOS Rebel SL2. Um, it I have had like a dummy battery plugged into that thing, and my cam link plugged into my computer for months, and it's fine. I think dummy batteries are really the key for a lot of people. If
Right,
you're experiencing some kind of malfunction or overheat or something like that, make sure that you first have a dummy battery in your camera, because
for sure.
that'll keep it chugging.
Yeah, you don't wanna be you wanna plug it in directly.
Correct.
You need that dummy battery, it's an essential for that. Um, yeah, just to tie this up, I guess ultimately I decided, to go with the Logitech Brio.
Yeah.
So the Logitech Brio, I've ordered it. It hasn't come yet, but it will be here, and I'm really looking forward to that 60 frames. But until then, I did realize that there are a lot of things that you can adjust in software, even in the
Yeah.
Logitech software itself. And like you said, other things that you can do, like with lighting or things like that, that can really improve your video quality for zero cost or
Yeah.
minimal cost. And I would highly recommend looking at all of those type of options before diving into I need a DSLR, I need a lens, I need to buy a dummy battery, I need a mount of some sort, and I need a cam link.
Yeah.
You know, it's you can buy a DSLR for about maybe like $500, $400 or $500 entry level stuff, but it's going to cost you more than that to get your whole setup working.
Yeah. Get set
Whereas
up.
the
Get set
yeah.
up on a sustainable amount for you, and that changes for everybody. If you can afford to, really break the bank and get set up in the perfect way that'll make you feel good, go for it. But just know that the barrier to starting streaming isn't as high as you think. Uh,
Mhm.
but it can really rack up quick if you're not smart about how you're doing your purchases. So
If I got what I wanted to get, I would have spent $1,000.
yeah,
Instead, I am spending maybe under $200 for a new webcam. I have a light, played with some, software settings, and I hope to have, like a very good video setup still that can last me a while, and I can hopefully grow into DSLR mirrorless setup.
all the best to you.
Yeah.
Best of luck. All right. So that's going to be the end of our podcast this week. I want to thank everybody for joining us. It was a really great time, really great chat about Fortnite and Liquid and all the collaboration that's going on. Uh, Keep it coming, everybody. I want to just see 2021 full of just unlikely allies working together. That's very, very cool. So that once we're out of this, so we can keep on trucking like nothing ever happened. Hey, Alex, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Crispy Kim with a K, or you can find me on Instagram, Crispy Kim Donut with a KK and a D. And there
There
you
you go.
go. Yeah.
Then you can find me at Still Just Mike on Instagram or Twitter. You can find the podcast at Best of Three anywhere you find your podcasts. Uh, yeah, Alex, do you have anything to plug this week?
If you haven't already, if you heard about our Seagate Gaming Academy and you wanted to sign up for that, there's a ton of cool prizes. You can learn a lot. If you have kids, it's a great way to get your kids into some sort of extracurriculars that they can learn from, but also interact with people, right? Instead of being stuck at home all the time. Registration is still open, so you can check that out at seagateacademy.northernshield.gg.
All right.
Yeah, check
And
that out.
if you're watching this on YouTube, that'll be in our description. If you're watching this anywhere else or listening to this anywhere else, please head on over to the Made in Esports YouTube channel where you can go and find that, and our faces, because I feel like a lot of people don't really know what we look like. And that's how you can find out. Folks, that's going to be it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.